All right, on this worksheet, the first thing you want to do is click this link here and watch this video. So pause this and watch this video. And then when you're done, you can come back to this. All right, a bond was issued to the great-great-grandfather 100 years ago. The bond compounds annually at 8.5% interest. Using compound interest, fill in the table for the value of the account after the following years. So right here, after the first year, you take 100 times 8.5% interest, and that gives you $108.50. Now, the difference is on compound interest, you're not taking another 8.5% of 100, you're taking 8.5% of $108.50. So now instead of taking 8.5% times $100, you're going to take 8.5% times $108.50. And when you put that in the calculator, you get $117.72. Now, you keep repeating these steps. So now you take 8.5% times this and add it back. And that gets you your 3 years, and then 8.5%, and then 8.5%. So you keep filling out the chart by multiplying 8.5% interest and adding it back to the one above it. All right, now after you filled out this chart, what is your educated guess for the bond? So there is no wrong answer to that. I just want to know what you think it was just by filling out these 5 things right here. What do you think it's going to be after 100 years? So after you have made an educated guess, and again, there is no wrong answer. I just want to know what you think. Okay. Then pause it again, pause this video again, and now watch this video. So I'll pause it right now, watch this video. All right, so now after you've watched this video, Andy tells you what he says the answer is. Now, you copy it down from the video, you tell what Andy says the answer is. All right, so now down here, there's a formula for calculating annual compound interest. This is the principal, and then 1 plus the rate, which in this case, the principal was 100. The rate was 8.5%. This is how many times it's compounded, which it was compounded. This is how many times it's compounded a year. In this scenario, it was compounded just once a year. So n would be 1 and n would be 1. And then t would be how many years. Now, rather than sit and make this chart and just make this chart and keep going with the chart and going with the chart and going with the chart till you get to 100 years, it's easier just to put it in this formula. So you would put 100 parentheses 1 plus 0.085, because you got to change the percent to a decimal, end your parentheses to the 100th power. And that will tell you all of this stuff. So to get this one, we would put in our calculator, we would open up our calculator, and I would do 1 plus, from the formula, 100 first. Sorry, I need to put the 100 first. 100 parentheses 1 plus. Now the rate was 8.5% interest, so 0.085 divided by 1. Since it's divided by 1, I'm not going to put that on there. So then you end your parentheses, and then to the, which, let's see, is this button right here above the division sign. And then t power, so the first one we want to know is 20 years, so I'm going to put 20 there. And then hit enter. So right here, after 20 years, it is $511.20. So that's what you would write there, $511.20. Okay? Now, you just put the exact same formula in the calculator, only instead of putting a 20 there, you put a 40. Write the answer down. Put a 50. Write the answer down. 80. Put the answer down. And then 100. Put the answer down. Now, once you've filled out this chart, Was Andy Griffith correct? So from your video that you said, what did Andy say the answer is? Compare it. So was he right? Okay. So down here, so anyway, just answer the question, was he right? Down here, say that you were born on the day you were born, your parents put $1,000 in an account that draws an interest rate of 8% compounded annually. Make a table to show how much money you would have after the following ages in your different ages in your life. Start on the day you were born, so 0 years. So at 0 years right here, you're going to have $1,000. For your 18th birthday, I'd have to pull out my calculator and I'd put 1,000 and then parentheses 1 plus 0.08, end your parentheses, to the 18th power, because that's the year. So right here, I would put $3,996.02. And then I would do it for my 40th birthday, my 60th birthday, 70th birthday, and 80th birthday. And then use a scatter plot. So now just go make another blank spreadsheet, type in this is your X's, and the numbers you got over here is your Y's. Graph it, and copy and paste, and make it a scatter graph, scatter chart, just like we've done in the past. It would look better if you put the regression line on there, but this is going to be an exponential regression line, so make sure you put it on the exponential instead of linear, which is right underneath the trend line. So remember, you go series, then trend line, and then right below trend line, instead of linear, change it to exponential. And then when do you think would be a good time to withdraw your money? And that is the end of this worksheet. So that's all there is to this. Fill this out, and then that's all there is to this one.